From the Presidential Palace, Manila, Dateline Malacañang.
Good day. Radio Pilipinas World Service can also be heard on shortwave broadcast through the facilities of the United States Agency for Global Media or Voice of America on the following shortwave frequencies: 12.020 MHz, 15.640 MHz, and 17.665 MHz. I'm your host, Leo Magpayo, and this is Dateline Malacañang. Malacañang on Sunday urged the public and political leaders to show restraint, sincerity, and compassion amid comments made by Senator Amy Marcos regarding the recent health scare of her brother, President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. The palace stressed that the president's condition should not be used for political narratives or treated lightly. Palace Press Officer Claire Castro underscored that the chief executive's health must be approached with seriousness as he recovers from an ailment that required short hospital observation. Castro appealed for sensitivity as anyone recovering from illness needs genuine care, not insincerity or theatrics. Her remarks came after Senator Marcos suggested that the president fell ill because no one in Malacañang was looking after him, claiming those around him were preoccupied with their own agendas. The palace's response followed the chief executive's own assurance that the discomfort he experienced Wednesday evening was not life-threatening. President Marcos revealed that doctors diagnosed him with diverticulitis, an inflammation of small pouches in the colon, often linked to stress or age. Officials say the president has since resumed his duties and returned to Malacañang on Thursday after an overnight medical observation with his condition described as stable.
Dateline Malacañang.
Malacañang has declared several special non-working days in 4 localities to give residents the chance to fully take part in their annual celebrations and historical commemorations. Under Proclamation Number 1143, January 26th is a special non-working day in Cadiz City, Negros Occidental Province for the 52nd Dinagsa Festival, a colorful tradition rooted in faith and local heritage. Proclamation 1144 designates February 3rd as a special non-working day in Binyan City, Laguna Province, marking the city's 81st Liberation Day from Japanese occupation during World War II. The yearly commemoration honors local heroes through civic, military activities and historical programs. In Buog, Zamboanga, Sibugay Province, February 26th has been declared a special non-working day under Proclamation 1145 to celebrate the town's founding anniversary and the Bog Festival, which highlights the area's agricultural bounty and community spirit. Meanwhile, Proclamation 1146 sets February 28th as a special non-working day in Sarat, Ilocos Norte Province in observance of its founding anniversary. Sarat is among the province's oldest towns and is home to notable heritage sites including the historic Santa Monica Church. Proclamations 1143 to 1146 were signed by Executive Secretary Ralph Recto on January 19th by authority of President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., while Proclamation 1147 followed on January 21st. Recto released a full list of special non-working day declarations over the weekend.
Dateline Malacañang.
In other news, the Philippine Coast Guard, or PCG, has brought safely to shore 15 survivors and the remains of 2 crew members from the capsized MV Devon Bay after a turnover operation with the China Coast Guard some 168 nautical miles west of Tambobong, Pangasinan. The survivors were transferred at sea using rigid hull inflatable boats as rough waves continued to batter the area. The 2 recovered bodies are now under the custody of the PCG for proper handling in coordination with authorities and the victims' families. PCG spokesperson Captain Noemi Kayabyab expressed gratitude to the China Coast Guard for its humanitarian assistance, saying the cooperation helped ensure the protection of Filipino seafarers. BRP Teresa Magbanwa has since docked at Pier 13 in Manila, completing the transport of the rescued crew and the recovered remains. Meanwhile, search and rescue operations continue. BRP Cape San Agustin and a PCG Islander aircraft are still scouring the waters for the 4 remaining missing Filipino crew members. The MV Devon Bay, carrying 21 Filipino crew members and a shipment of iron ore, capsized on January 23rd about 141 nautical miles west of Pangasinan within the Philippines' exclusive economic zone. The Singaporean flagged vessel was en route to Yangjiang, China from Guatalak, Zamboanga del Sur.
Dateline Malacañang.
The Armed Forces of the Philippines, or AFP, is pressing on with pursuit, clearing, and security operations in Lanao del Sur after an ambush on January 23rd claimed the lives of 4 soldiers. In a statement, the AFP condemned the attack as treacherous and vowed to intensify efforts to track down those responsible. The military said its units are carrying out focused operations to locate the perpetrators, protect civilians, and stabilize affected communities. It added that it remains firm in its commitment to hold the attackers accountable and restore peace in the area. The ambush in Barangay Liningding, Munay, targeted members of the Task Unit Tabang under the Army's 2nd Mechanized Infantry Brigade. The troops were reportedly engaged in non-combat activities when they were attacked by suspected members of a local terrorist group. Meanwhile, the Philippine National Police, or PNP, is tightening intelligence efforts in Mindanao. Acting PNP Chief Lieutenant General Jose Melencio Nartates Jr. has ordered heightened monitoring to deter recruitment and training activities linked to terrorism. Nartates said the police continue to work closely with the AFP and the intelligence community, stressing that all information is treated seriously. He noted that despite major gains in peace and development in former conflict areas, security forces remain vigilant. A peace monitoring group earlier warned of alleged recruitment activities by Daula Islamiyah in Lanao and Maguindanao following the deadly ambush in Munay, Lanao del Norte. Nartates emphasized that military and police units in the region are maintaining a high level of alertness in line with the directive of President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. to uphold a firm stance against internal security threats and safeguard stability in the Bangsamoro region. He also underscored the crucial role of community cooperation in sustaining peace efforts.
Dateline Malacañang.
Meanwhile, the Armed Forces of the Philippines, or AFP, has tightened its watch over the Malampaya gas field following the discovery of a new natural gas reservoir off the coast of Palawan. AFP Chief of Staff General Romeo Bronner Jr. personally led the visit to the area, inspecting operations under Joint Task Force Malampaya. According to the AFP, the patrol was meant to assess security measures and ensure the military's readiness to safeguard the Malampaya natural gas power project in the West Philippine Sea. Commanders were briefed on ongoing maritime and air patrols, as well as coordination efforts among government agencies tasked with protecting the facility. The AFP emphasized the need for sustained vigilance and professionalism among troops securing the country's offshore energy assets. In its statement, the AFP said it continues to strengthen its presence in strategic areas as part of its mandate to defend national sovereignty, uphold maritime rights, and protect critical infrastructure vital to national development. The heightened security posture follows a major breakthrough by Prime Energy, operator of Service Contract 38, which confirmed the discovery of 98 billion cubic feet of additional natural gas in the Malampaya East 1 or MAE-1 reservoir, roughly a third of the remaining producible gas in the existing field. The Philippine Navy, meanwhile, assured it has sufficient assets under the Western Command to maintain continuous patrol around MAE-1. Navy spokesperson Captain Marisa Martinez noted that the area lies just 5 kilometers from the main Malampaya platform and has long been under sustained protection through Joint Task Force Malampaya's surface, air, and Special Operations Units.
Dateline Malacañang.
Executive Secretary Ralph Recto is urging the Department of Health, or DOH, and PhilHealth to broaden their benefit packages with a particular focus on middle-income contributors who regularly shoulder taxes and premium payments. Recto met with Health Secretary Teodoro Hermosa and PhilHealth President Edwin Mercado on January 20th to push for system-wide reforms aimed at making healthcare more affordable and accessible. He emphasized that contributors, especially those in the middle class, should receive benefits that reflect the value of what they put into the system. The discussion also centered on strengthening zero-balance billing in DOH hospitals, a policy meant to eliminate out-of-pocket expenses for indigent patients. Officials acknowledge that gaps in implementation continue to burden families despite existing coverage. The DOH reported that it is finalizing its healthcare provider network model, which will enhance support for local governments delivering higher-level medical services and streamline referral systems under the Universal Healthcare Law. Recto stressed that tighter coordination between national agencies and local governments is essential to ensure that financing reforms lead to real, measurable relief for patients across all income brackets.
Dateline Malacañang.
The Bureau of Immigration, or BI, is considering a full ban on mobile phone use inside its holding facilities in Taguig and Muntinlupa following fresh reports of phone smuggling involving detainees. Under the proposal, Communication will be limited to landlines and designated video call booths. Immigration Commissioner Joel Anthony Viado said, immediate action is necessary when abuses occur, warning that personnel involved in smuggling contraband will face charges. The BI launched simultaneous raids on Friday after deported Russian vlogger Vitaly Zdorovetsky claimed he had access to a mobile phone while in detention. Although the incident reportedly happened months ago, Viado said, the new information warranted a comprehensive sweep. The crackdown, led by the BI Intelligence Division with support from the National Capital Region or NCR Police Office and the Bureau of Corrections, resulted in the confiscation of unauthorized cash, gadgets, electronic devices, cigarettes, sharp objects, and gambling paraphernalia. Investigators earlier found that Zdorovetsky's companion, foreign national Malik Dijon Okoji, had already smuggled phones into the facility with help from his Filipino wife. So far, 3 personnel linked to the smuggling have been removed from their posts, 1 contractual worker terminated, and 1 officer and 1 staff member relieved pending investigation. Viado warned that more dismissals may follow, stressing that incompetence and corruption will not be tolerated. While the BI warden's facility is not a jail, gadget use is tightly controlled. Detainees facing deportation are allowed mobile phones only for contacting family, their embassy, or legal counsel.
Dateline Malacañang.
And finally, the Department of Migrant Workers, or DMW, is exploring new areas of cooperation with Timor-Leste to strengthen labor migration programs between the two countries. In a meeting, Migrant Workers Secretary Hans Leukakdak and Timor-Leste Ambassador Marciano Octavio Garcia da Silva discussed potential mutually beneficial labor opportunities along with the exchange of best practices in migrant protection. DMW data shows more than 1,500 Filipinos are legally employed in Timor-Leste, while an estimated 4,000 others are believed to be undocumented. Many work in construction, engineering, and education. The agency said sharing expertise on labor migration, reintegration, and anti-illegal recruitment efforts would significantly benefit Filipino workers already in Timor-Leste. The DMW is also eyeing study visits to deepen understanding of each other's systems and policies. According to the department, the dialogue marks a promising partnership with Association of Southeast Asian Nations, or ASEAN's newest member state. Stronger cooperation, it added, could open more opportunities for Filipino workers while ensuring their welfare and protection abroad.
Dateline Malacañang.
Before we conclude our program, Radyo Pilipinas World Service of the Presidential Broadcast Service can be heard over the following shortwave frequencies: 12.020 MHz, 15.640 MHz, and 17.665 MHz. Radyo Pilipinas World Service is also live on audio streaming. Just download eVox PBS Receiver on your Google Play Store or the App Store from your Apple phone. You can also visit our Facebook page and YouTube channel. Just type in and search for Radyo Pilipinas World Service. Kindly subscribe, like, and share our post as well. And that concludes this edition of Dateline Malacañang. For Radyo Pilipinas World Service, this is Leo Magpayo. Good day and stay safe.
From the Presidential Palace, Manila, Dateline Malacañang.